I turned 21 recently, and I'm not gonna stand here telling you that it was some sort of profound, cathartic, revelatory experience that changed my life forever and opened my eyes to a new way of living and thinking. But regardless, I still had a wonderful time, and it's something that I won't soon forget. I drank a little, I gambled at the casino, but the part of my birthday that stood out the most to me was when I went to a strip club for the first time. And boy, do I have a story to tell you guys. So just sit back, relax, and let me do all the work. That sounded substantially less creepy in my head. I was always curious to see what the experience would be like. And you can call me naive for saying this, but I kinda half expected it to be like in the movie Sin City. Minus the seedy environment, the crime rates as high as the peak of Mount Everest, and the dancers having clothes on, of course. But the way I had it pictured in my mind was this. The room is dimly lit, and the stage is covered in a piercing light filtered by a random color for that evening. The music that accompanies the dance is sexy and upbeat, perfectly coalescing with the sensual choreography of the lustful siren. All eyes are on the dancer, completely fixated with her sultry and seductive appearance. She moves with erotic grace, delightfully teasing us with her beautiful naked body on display, the object of our unattainable desire. But if you're willing to shell out the cash, she'll dance for you, teasing you even further by getting up, close, and personal. Sexy. But alas, that was just that, a fantasy. And it came down crashing harder and faster than Taylor Kitsch's movie career. After I paid the cover charge, it started out similarly enough. The room was dim and the stage was the most visibly coherent thing there, but instead of the sexy, adequately paced music, it was your typical four-note hip-hop, electro-pop, and dubstep that unsuccessfully substitutes as music that had about as much creativity and artistic quality as a quintet of retarded donkeys. But I digress. I sat at the atrium of the stage, ordered a drink, and then tried to enjoy the stripper's routine and tipped accordingly. Please note that I said tried. Before I go on with the story, I think it should be worth noting that when I'm out in public, I'm a relatively quiet person. I mind my own business and I try not to bother anyone if I can help it. When I'm at a concert or at a public event, I just sit back, shut the hell up, and enjoy the show. Now, I'm not saying that cheering is bad. I understand that you wanna be heard and be heard and cheer and support for whoever you're supporting. But if you do it in excess and if you do it in places where it's completely uncalled for, you are probably a grade A asshole who I cannot stand to be around. And those kind of people were omnipresent at the strip club. As far as the eye can fucking see, there was douchebag after douchebag after douchebag after motherfucking douchebag. So many varieties of vexatious mongoloids that if douchebags were an action figure, the entire collection would have been there in one smug, overzealous fell swoop. Bros, wiggers, meatheads, swag bags, white trash, European party animals, all screaming, shouting, and drinking exorbitant amounts of alcohol, being completely obnoxious and distracting me from the main event. Whoa, yeah! Show me them titties, girl! Please be quiet, just shut the hell up! You know, for a place that's called a gentleman's club, they'd certainly attract the complete opposite of gentlemen, but whatever, I'm just getting nitpicky at this moment. Speaking of distractions, if you ever go to a strip club, then be prepared to be completely bombarded by offers of dances and drinks by obsequious strippers and cocktail waitresses hell-bent on getting into your wallet. Look, ladies, I understand that you're just trying to do your job here, but sometimes I don't want you to do your fucking job. I just want you to leave me alone and let me enjoy watching women dance in the nude for me. That's all I ask. And then there's the women. Oh yeah, I'm going there. Chastise me all you want, but I'm going there. As hot as they were, that's it. They were just hot. Not beautiful, and they were about as unique as any installation of Call of Duty at this point, topped off with tramp stamp tattoos and breast implant scars. They're essentially the typical objectionable goddesses that personally I would be 100 miles from interested in actually dating in real life, and I'm sure that most of you watching wouldn't either. But when they start talking to you and start asking you questions, you're all ears. And whenever that happens, they've got you by the balls. And they won't let go until they're all shriveled up and blue and your wallet's bled completely bone dry. That's the thing about strippers. They use their charm to reel you in and flirt with you and seem interested. But in reality, they couldn't give a slightest modicum of a shit about you or your presumably terrible job. They do want to get in your pants, but just not in the side that you would have hoped. The number one qualification of being a stripper is being a lying, deceptive cunt. And judging from how much money that some of them make in a single night, they do it extremely well. Back at my adventure at the Den of Iniquity, I had a fair buzz going on and one of the ladies offered me a lap dance, so I finally broke down and accepted, and I have to admit, it was sexy and it got me aroused. So, in a state of drunken provocation and simple naive curiosity, I went on to make the oh-so-brilliant decision of going to the VIP section. And what that essentially consists of is an extended lap dance with a bottle of expensive-ass champagne, and if you're fortunate enough, you get to touch back. And it's 10 times more expensive! After that session, I figured it was time for me to leave, so I regained my composure and hailed a cab back to the hotel. And on that ride back, what was a feeling of elation and excitement quickly transformed into a sobering facepalm of lamentation, kicking myself for spending that much money for a private dance from someone I'll never fucking see again. And that, my friends, is the account of my experiences of my first and probably last strip club. It's my fault for thinking that it would be a graceful display of elegant eroticism. Instead, what I got was like a common teasing scene in pornos. Only you have to pay for it and you can't jerk off to it. Similarly enough, the women look like porn stars. Sure, they're hot in context and it's certainly nice to see them naked, but if you actually think you have a shot of dating them, you need to get your head examined, because the overwhelming majority of strippers are fake, greedy, deceitful succubi. And by the off chance that one of my audience is actually dating a stripper, you need to get your head examined, because the overwhelming majority of strippers are fake, greedy, deceitful succubi. Personally, I'd rather prefer the company of someone like Kat Dennings or Natalie Portman over Jenna Jameson any day. So in summation, if you want to have a woman expose her epidermis to you, then don't go to a strip club. To those in my audience who have girlfriends, well, you have your bases covered, plus bonuses if you're fortunate enough. To those of you who don't have girlfriends, well, if you're watching this, I assume you have an internet connection, so fire up some porn and make yourself the best you've ever had. I'm PMRants, and if you are going to go to a strip club, do not wear jeans with loose-fitting underwear. Why? 3 words. Denim cockburn.
Alright! Prepare for my ultimate attack! The Omega Hyperion Serve of Justice!
Oh, and guys, if any of you were wondering, this is my director. Say hi, Muffin. She makes sure that I keep on track and make sure that I don't fuck up my lines. And she's cleaning herself. Great job, Muffin. Another video well done.